And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They come up in an offset eye. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll drop the throw. He's got time in the pocket. All kinds of time. Going right side here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it'll be a Los Angeles first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
racing now. Finding time. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And this one is right through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Here's the punter McAfee to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 21. And it's 1st down, New York.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 19. And that leads to a New York 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. That's caught at the 2. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Their big tight end from 4 yards out. And the Jets are an extra point away from leading this game.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Grayson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They're going to look to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. And New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
2nd and 5.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. a 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And they'll go on the ground. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And now the rookie's free. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up, because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. Gates has it over the middle. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He's back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Let's go. Green 39.
Grayson now throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Grayson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup, and the Rams are going to get a first down. Back to throw again. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 10. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finding time. Oh, no, he lost the football. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. They had to go for it with such little time remaining in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly...
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.